Welcome back to Bones, Bourbon, Barley, and Brass. We're a lifestyle channel where we discuss interesting things. We have a barley episode for you today. We have Ettaler, the original Curator recipe Doppelbock. But before we get started, let's thank our good friends at Toro Land and Ranch Company, www.torolandranch.com. They're an e-commerce platform with vacant land, livestock, working dogs, and soon-to-be apparel and goods. www.torolandranch.com. All right, so this is an interesting one. I got this back in September from Central Market, which is owned by H-E-B. H-E-B is a prominent grocery store in Texas. And they had a bunch of German beers, and this one's from Ettal, Germany. And it's brewed by a monastery, so how appropriate for Easter weekend. It's 9% alcohol. Doesn't really say a whole lot on the label. Dark beer. And then when I do some Googling, many people say the taste is dark bread combined with prunes and cherries. Finishes with style-appropriate sweetness as light hopping keeps it balanced versus cloying. Another one says figs, fruitcakes, port, licorice, cherry, caramel, thick and chewy. The everyday home version is apparently 7 ABV, but this is the historic brew, which it does specify on the bottle. So this is going to be a heavy hitter because this is over a pint of beer. So hopefully we're able to manage this one. Untapped has a 3.8. That translates into like a 70, 72, I believe. So, let's see. We'll open this and then we'll discuss the monastery a little bit if I can get back to it. One second. Here we go. Yeah, Klosterbrauerei Ettal. Looks beautiful. All right, so let's crack this open. Enough putzing around. Got our Cubs glass. I don't know if you saw Pete Crow Armstrong's inside the park home run. That was pretty spectacular. Also, we have our Michigan garb on because Michigan's playing in the national semifinal. So go blue. I'm going to turn the glass this way so you all can see the dark. Oh, it certainly has an aroma, that's for sure. Yeah, it kind of looks like Coca-Cola. Ooh, has quite the smell. All right, let's give it a sip. Cheers. Yep. Prunes and cherries. That's about the size of it. I hate to say this. For me, it's going to be a 68. I really feel bad saying this. It's got to be for a special beer drinker. I get the history behind it. It's a little heavy. A little too pruny. I appreciate the history around it, that's for sure. Let's take another sip to make sure that's what I want to rate this. Yeah, I would say 68. It's just a little much of what it is. So about the brewery, they've been going on for over 400 years, 1609. It's right next to the Benedictine Ettal Abbey. They get water from the Ammergau Alps, select ingredients, traditional craftsmanship to preserve unique flavor. It's a monasterily owned business. Um, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm looking at their beers. Let me see what else they have here. They have an alcohol free. They have a Weiss beer. They have a Hellerbach. They have a Dunkel. They have a Hell's. Yeah. I speculate their other beers are probably pretty good. This one is just a little rough. Yeah, the prunes. I'm not in it for the prunes. Like, so. Great history. Certainly interesting to try. If it was me, I would try to get a smaller bottle of this before trying. That would be my 2 cents. If you really like Doppelbocks and you like the cherries and prunes, then hey, this is the beer for you. But like I said, for me, it's a little much. It's not hitting the spot. It kind of reminds me of the Oberon or Obolon that we did from Ukraine that was like 14% or something ridiculous. The beer that I can think of that plays in the 9% range is like your Imperial Stouts, your Russian Imperial Stouts, Two Brothers Northwind Stout, and it's got to be freezing cold out. I recognize it isn't freezing cold, but we're kind of low on beer at the moment, so this is what I picked. And so, yeah, we are where we are. So, until next time, cheers.